the playground
Oh,
and saying, "Hey,
yeah.
let's go," and then I'm just waxing everybody. What? Hi, everybody. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Gina and Neil, the pickleball podcast that is not afraid to call out the drama. I'm your co-host, Gina Salento, and this is Neil Friedenberg.
We're not here to talk about the pros or sugarcoat anything. We're here to talk about the chaos, the drama, because that's where really the sport lives.
I'm Gina Salento, and this is my co-host, Neil Friedenberg, and we are here to talk about how to make pickleball fun again and kind of get out of like the rut of it getting a little dark at times.
Right.
And some of the issues that we'll be talking about are issues that definitely exemplify that it's getting a little icky.
Yeah.
Sticky.
Sticky.
Today we want to talk about the sandbagger. I mean, if you're playing tournaments and you're just starting out or you're at any level really, and what a sandbagger is when someone is playing at a skill level to give themselves an unfair advantage. So like if they're really a 4-0 and they're playing at a 3-0, 3-5 level, just so they can win. And what did you call them? A medal chaser?
Medal chaser, yeah.
Or
they're just interested in winning more.
Yeah.
Winning more medals. They shouldn't be doing that.
No, but they do.
Right.
And you'll find also in rec play where these people, stay on the challenge court or they hog because they don't want to lose but they'll take on people and just wipe them with no conscience of these people aren't strong as them.
Do you think they're building confidence for themselves or something like that?
Yeah, they must need to build their confidence or have a major ego because I think it's just so unfair. That's like me. I was a 5.7 at some point, and
damn.
And I would go. That's like me going to the playground.
Oh.
And saying, "Hey,
yeah,
let's go," and then I'm just waxing everybody. What?
You see how my eyes just went?
Yeah. What do you remember?
I just had a visual. What was that? Was it Billy Madison where he's playing dodgeball against those little kids?
I don't know. I never saw that.
What?
I know.
Yeah, Billy Madison. Adam Sandler was playing dodgeball against little kids on the playground because he was going back to school and he was in elementary school, and he annihilated them.
And how did it make him feel?
I don't know. Well, he was pretty immature anyway. But
that's fair.
Yeah, I think he was trying to say, I'm boss.
Yeah, I think pickleball needs to take a play from the USTA, which is tennis. And the rating system was better that you were unable to play in a tournament if your ranking wasn't, if you're higher than what you were signing up for, they would bust you on it and you wouldn't let you play in it. So
there's repercussions there.
Actually, or you'd stay at a level because you weren't able, it's always, they encourage you to play up sometimes, which is good. I mean, you have a story on that, right?
When I first started playing, obviously, with my dad in the game for so long, he taught me quite a bit. He's won a ton of tournaments and medals and all that. But I asked him, how do you get better? And he said, play up. Just play up. Just do it. You'll thank me later. He was kind of cocky about that. But I did. I first started playing. I kind of self-rated myself at about a 4.0, 4.5-ish because I felt I could adapt pretty well. And right off the bat, I started playing 5.0 tournaments.
Wow.
And I got my butt whooped. And you know what? To be honest, it was awesome. Most people probably don't say, hey, I got my butt whooped. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it was because it made me analyze my own game and understand, okay, here's where I need to work on. Here's what they're doing. Here's why they are 5.0 and better than me. But it just made me own my weaknesses, try to analyze it and develop it. And over time, I got better and better and better. And I felt like I could compete with those 5.0s. And sometimes I'd even do well in some tournaments here and there. But play up. Don't play down. That's not doing anyone's favor. It's not helping your game at all.
Yeah, I just...
What does it do for your game? Can you think of anything?
Well, I tell some of my students that they've never played a tournament before, and I rate them. I'll say you're a 3.5. Well, go play a 3.5 tournament, and if you medal in it, then consider going to 4.0. I mean...
Yeah, like if you actually win something.
Yeah, or do well. Yeah, and that brings in DUPR, which is still trying to find its way with, I guess, algorithms. But if I set up a tournament in my grandma's basement and I invite you to play and I call it a 4.0 tournament and you win it, then all of a sudden, are you a 4.0 player on DUPR? You know what I mean? I don't know how that really works, but at the end of the day, I think it's really important to win where you think your level is. And then once you win there, then move up. But there's these people that are playing down and that's worse.
Yeah. Adding to their medal collection.
And how do you feel about going to a tournament and you've never played one before and you're playing at a 3.0 level? and all of a sudden you're going up against people that are 3.5, 3.6, and they're killing you. Would you go back to that I mean,
Probably not. It'd be
it's
pretty
deflating. I mean,
disheartening,
yeah,
deflating, and a bad experience overall.
bad experience.
The fact
It's
that
not right.
sandbaggers are, allowed to do that, that says a lot about it. Maybe a tournament director or the tournament itself.
Or they
Yeah,
don't know.
it's a bad,
I don't know.
bad taste in your mouth.
This episode is brought to you by Centerline, making great, comfortable pickleball clothes that look great on and off the court. I personally love wearing it, especially when I'm lazy putting sunscreen on, and I know that their fabric has built-in SPF in it so that I can feel like I'm protected from the sun.
I love it because it's super light. I have extra flow when I'm on the courts. I don't feel like it's restrictive at all, and it absorbs sweat. They come with a lot of extra colors too, and the artwork on the shirt is minimalistic, so it's just a very classy, lightweight, luxurious look.
I knew of someone that is winning 5-0 in mixed, but was playing 3.5 women's at the US Open. And I just thought that was appalling. I don't know how, but see, how does that happen?
Yeah, that boggles my mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
How does that even happen? How is it allowed?
Players need to be bumped down.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean, or bumped up to keep it fair. Like if you win something at a sanctioned tournament or something, you should have to now bump yourself up.
Yes.
But I don't think you have
standard.
To. Yeah, I don't know.
It sounds like there's a lot of loopholes in all the rating systems out there. I know it's talked about constantly on other, podcasts or stuff. Yeah, we need to get a better handle on rating systems for sure.
And I think, what do you do? What do you tell the person that is starting out and playing tournaments and like they want to have fun and experience that, and they're going up against it's like David and Goliath kind of mentality. What can they do? I mean, once you're in a tournament situation, you're kind of stuck. But if it's rec, that's where rec needs to get organized in the sense that I like a challenge court, and if you're really a top, then go there, and then people can try to take you on and see if they can beat you.
Yeah, challenge court or king, queen of the court, royalty of the court.
Go up and down if you
right. And I was just playing the other day, and it was a league, and we played it that way. It was basically king of the court. It was a men's league, and if you won, you started going towards the first court, but you'd have different partners each time too. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a scramble. And what it does is it shows you the type of player you are, shows you the type of player that you are with another partner, a different partner that maybe is weaker, stronger, whatever. And it's a good experience. It really is. And when you looked at the end of the night, I think the people that were on the first court belonged there because they were really good partners. Overall, they're a good game or good players. It made sense. But something definitely needs to be done with the rating system to make it more legit. Yeah. I think for so long I try not to get too caught up in those weeds, and just try to enter tournaments when I can and play. Too much for my mind to grab. Well, at my level, you're not getting sandbaggers. No. Right? It's like they're all it's as far as you can go, and but you'll get people that are not that level and they're trying to get into that level and they shouldn't be there, and that's tough to watch. They're sandbagging the other way. But I think but for the most part, these people that are coming in at the 3.0, 3.5 level and they're getting demolished by a 4.0 that has no business being there. It's just so unfair. I don't know. You can maybe go to a tournament director and say, hey, right. I don't know what you do. It does spread too. I mean, again, this is pickleball. The reputation, word of mouth, in pickleball, it spreads pretty quickly. Yeah. That's that guy, that woman. She's a sandbagger. That's true. So that's a horrible reputation. No, it's like you can't win in your own division. You have to go down, and that's cheap. Lame. It's lame. Yeah, it's lazy. Totally. It is. I mean, you want to be challenged. I just think, and it would be so much better for these people to be challenged at their own level and see how they do then. You know what I mean? It must be some sort of ego thing. Sometimes in this game, egos are pretty fragile. I've seen it. And we're all human. We want to be good. We want to play. We want to win. If you're playing though, and your goal is to get better fast, play up. You can play up. I think you'll learn a lot from playing better players, but don't be the player that is a solid player and they're playing down just to bring home another medal and put it in their bag. Yeah, I just think that's not right. But there needs to be some sort of better. I think they're trying to get it more regulated. Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's being addressed. Yeah, I just think, again, if you find yourself in a situation where
you're going up against in tournaments that you find that you're playing sandbaggers, drilling and let your paddle do the talking. Get better.
Totally.
Just get better.
Do you remember when it was like 3-5, 4-0, 4-5, 5-0, and that was it?
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of just easy. Oh, that person's a high 4-5 or whatever. It's just now.
Yeah, the lines have been blurred.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not as clear anymore.
I kind of like it when it was easy.
Yeah, well, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
I know. Well, if you find yourself in that situation, again, it's just do your best to get better on your own, and really, if you come across that, it's unfortunate, but it's just be prepared. You're gonna see it, and
Have thick skin.
Have thick skin, yeah, and just realize, okay, I'm just gonna get better.
Right.
I don't know what else you can really do, and if you're doing that, just
stop
it. Don't do it. All right, thanks for joining us, you guys. Hope to see you soon.
Bye.
If you learned something, or you just felt like you were nodding along thinking, yeah, I've been there, then please follow us or share this with someone that might need to hear it.
Thanks for spending time with us. See you next time on Keeping It Real with Gina and Neil.